Random House Audio presents The Cancer Chronicles, Unlocking Medicine's Deepest Mystery, by George Johnson. Read for you by Arthur Morey. We must never feel disarmed. Nature is immense and complex, but it is not impermeable to intelligence. We must circle around it, pierce and probe it, looking for the opening or making it. Primo Levi, The Periodic Table. I wonder now, though, if the steady presence of music around me didn't contribute importantly to my sense of the cancer as a thing with its own rights. Now it sounds a little cracked to describe, but then I often felt that the tumor was as much a part of me as my liver or lungs, and could call for its needs of space and food. I only hoped that it wouldn't need all of me. Reynolds Price, A Whole New Life. Tuberculosis used to be called consumption because it consumes. It dissolved a lung or bone. But cancer produces. It is a monster of productivity. John Gunther, Death Be Not Proud. Chapter 1. Jurassic Cancer. As I crossed the dry, lonesome stretch of the Dinosaur Diamond prehistoric highway, I tried to picture what western Colorado, a wilderness of sage-covered mesas and rocky canyons, looked like 150 million years ago, in late Jurassic time. North America was breaking away from Europe and Asia. All three had formed a primordial supercontinent called Laurasia. The huge landmass, flatter than it is today, was drifting northward a few centimeters per year and was passing like a ship through the waters of what geographers would come to call the Tropic of Cancer. Mile-high Denver was near sea level and lay about as far south as where the Bahamas are today. Though the climate was fairly dry, webs of rivulets connecting shallow lakes and swamps covered part of the land, and vegetation abounded. There were no grasses or flowers. They had yet to evolve, just a weird mix of conifers commingling with ginkgos, tree ferns, cycads, and horsetails. Giant termite nests soared as much as 30 feet high. Splashing and stomping through this Seuss-like world were Stegosaurus, Allosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Barosaurus, Seismosaurus, their bones buried far below me as I made my way from Grand Junction to a town called Dinosaur. Occasionally, one can glimpse outcroppings of the Jurassic past, exposed by erosion, seismological uplift, or a highway department road cut, colorful bands of sediment that form a paleontological treasure house called the Morrison Formation. I knew what to look for from photographs: crumbling layers of reddish, grayish, purplish, sometimes greenish sediment, geological debris piled up over some 7 million years. Just south of the town of Fruta, on the Colorado River, I hiked to the top of Dinosaur Hill, stopping for a moment to pick up a pinch of purplish Morrison mudstone that had fallen near the trail. As I rolled it in my fingers, it crumbled like dry cookie dough. On the far side of the hill, I came to a shaft where, in 1901, a paleontologist named Elmer Riggs extracted 6 tons of bones that had belonged to an Apatosaurus, the proper name for what most of us call a Brontosaurus. Alive and fully hydrated, the 70-foot-long reptile would have weighed 30 tons. Riggs encased the bones in plaster of Paris for protection, ferried them across the Colorado on a flat-bottom boat, and then shipped them by train to the Field Museum in Chicago, where they were reassembled and put on display. After making my way north to Dinosaur, population 339, where Brontosaurus Boulevard intersects Stegosaurus Freeway, I stood at an overlook and watched Morrison stripes in a canyon reddening with the setting sun. But it was a little farther west, along the Green River in the western reaches of Dinosaur National Monument, that I saw the most beautiful
Sample complete. Ready to continue?